Well, I'm not worried about it. Matt, are we all set? Good morning, everyone. Although I think the only people here are from BIC.
Good morning, everyone from BIC.
We wonder what work is getting done at BIC right now. But good morning. Today, for the purposes of the record, today is Friday, March 6, 2015. I'd like to welcome everybody to the New York City Business Integrity Commission. I'm Dan Brownell, the Commissioner and Chair of BIC, and I'm joined by the following Commission members: Sanitation Commissioner Catherine Garcia, Department of Investigation Commissioner Mark Peters, Department of Consumer Affairs Senior Director of Policy Shira Gans, representing her Commissioner Julie Menon, Department of Small Business Services Deputy Commissioner Andrew Schwartz, representing his Commissioner Torres Springer, and finally the New York City Police Department, representing Commissioner William Bratton, is Inspector John Denisopoulos. So welcome to all the commissioners. And I'm also joined next to me by John Curry, who's the Acting General Counsel for the Business Integrity Commission. So we have a fairly full agenda this morning. We have 10 applicants for trade waste licenses and registrations which have been recommended for denial by the BIC Commission staff. Each of the 10 applicants were served with notice of grounds to recommend the denial of their applications and advised that they had 10 business days to submit a sworn written response to the Commission. Commission members were subsequently provided with the recommended denial decisions regarding these applications, incorporating any responses submitted by applicants, if applicable. I now ask members of the Commission's legal staff to provide the Commission with the grounds cited to deny the applicants. Following each presentation, Commission members will vote as to each application. Before we begin with the first one, are there any questions or comments or anything we need to deal with first? Seeing nothing, let's start with the first matter to be considered, which is a trade waste registration renewal application for the company Express Waste Services, LLC. The attorney who will present the matter to the Commission is Assistant General Counsel Lee Nairn. So, Ms. Nairn, if you would go ahead.
Good morning. The Commission should deny the registration renewal application of Express Waste Services, LLC for the following independently sufficient reasons. 1, the applicant knowingly provided false and misleading information to the Commission, and 2, the applicant knowingly associated with Joseph C. Gallo, a member of the Gambino crime family.
So I concur with the staff's recommendation. Is there a motion from the Commission to adopt the staff's recommendation? So, is there a second? How do the members vote?
Agree. Aye.
Okay. So let the record reflect that the vote is, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, recommending denial. The second application to be considered is the trade waste registration application of the company A and S Leasing Corp. The attorney who will present this matter to the Commission is Executive Agency Counsel Jerry Rosen.
Good morning. The Commission should deny the registration application of A&S Leasing Corp. because the applicant lacks good character, honesty, and integrity for the following independently sufficient reasons. Frank Scarino, the applicant's principal, has associated with a person identified by law enforcement as a member of the Bonanno crime family when he knew or should have known of his organized crime status. Frank Scarino, the applicant's principal, has associated with a person who has been convicted of a racketeering activity. Third, Frank Scarino, the applicant's principal, is a convicted racketeer. Fourth, Frank Scarino, the applicant's principal, has a felony conviction that demonstrates he lacks good character, honesty, and integrity. And finally, the applicant failed to provide information and documentation required by the commission.
Thank you. I concur with the staff's recommendations. Is there a motion from the commissioners to adopt the staff's recommendations? Is there a second?
Second.
And how do the other members vote? I think we're unanimous, 7 recommending for denial, so let the, 6, thank you. Let the record reflect that, and that I concur. The third application to be considered is the Trade Waste Registration Renewal Application for the company Menco Equipment Rental Company, Inc. The attorney assigned to this matter who will be reading the statement today is Deputy General Counsel David Mandel.
Good morning. The registration renewal application of Menco Equipment Rental Co. Inc. should be denied for the following independently sufficient reasons. A, the applicant and the applicant's affiliates have failed to pay fines and judgments that are directly related to the applicant's business, that are owed to the Internal Revenue Service, the State of New York, the City of New York, the Workers' Compensation Board of the State of New York, and the Commissioner of Labor of the State of New York. And B, the applicant knowingly failed to provide information and documentation required by the Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Mandel. I concur with the staff's recommendation. Is there a motion from the commissioners to adopt the staff's recommendations?
So moved.
And a second? How do the other members vote? I see that we're unanimous. So let the record reflect that, and that I concur. The fourth matter to be considered is the Trade Waste License Renewal Application of the company SWF Trucking. The attorney assigned to this matter is Deputy General Counsel David Mandel. So Mr. Mandel, if you would read your recommendation.
The license renewal application of SWF Trucking Inc. should be denied for the following independently sufficient reasons. 1, the applicant's sole owner and principal is the subject of a pending indictment that charged him with the crime of operating an illegal gambling business. And 2, the applicant's sole owner and principal has committed racketeering activity.
I concur with the staff's recommendations. Is there a motion from the commissioners to adopt the staff's recommendations? And a second? And how do the other members vote?
Oh,
So let the record reflect that, again, the vote is unanimous and that I concur. The fifth matter for consideration is the Trade Waste Registration Renewal Application of F&M Landscaping of New York Corp. The attorney assigned to that matter is, again, David Mandel, Deputy General Commissioner. So Mr. Mandel, if you would read the grounds.
The registration renewal application of F&M Landscaping of New York Corp. should be denied for the following reason. The applicant knowingly failed to provide information and documentation required by the Commission.
I concur with the staff's recommendations. Is there a motion from the commissioners to adopt those recommendations? And a second? And how do the other members vote? Again, let the record reflect that the vote is unanimous and that I concur. The sixth matter for consideration is the Trade Waste License Renewal Application of the company Oil Gorillas. The attorney assigned to this matter, again, is David Mandel, the Deputy General Counsel.
The license renewal application of Oil Gorillas Inc. should be denied for the following independently sufficient reasons. 1, Adam Borisuk is an undisclosed principal of the applicant. 2, the applicant knowingly failed to maintain and provide information and/or documentation to the Commission. 3, the applicant provided the Commission with false and misleading information. And 4, the applicant has violated Local Law 42 of 1996 by illegally transferring its license to numerous individuals and unlicensed companies.
I concur with the staff's recommendations. Is there a motion from the commissioners to adopt those recommendations? And a second?
Second.
And how do the other members vote? Again, let the record reflect that the vote is unanimous and that I concur. The seventh matter for consideration is the Trade Waste License Application of Jump Recycle Inc. The attorney who will present This matter is Executive Agency Counsel Melissa Eichen.
Good morning. The Commission should deny the license application filed by Jump Recycle Inc. because the applicant lacks good character, honesty, and integrity based upon the following independently sufficient reasons. The applicant provided false and misleading information under oath in connection with the application. Edwin Perez, a principal of the applicant, is also a principal of another trade waste company, JMP Recycle, which pled guilty to felony grand larceny, a crime directly related to the trade waste industry. And finally, the applicant knowingly failed to provide information required by the Commission.
Thank you. I concur with the staff's recommendation. Is there a motion from the Commissioners to adopt that recommendation?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
How do the other members vote? Again, let the record reflect that the vote is unanimous and that I concur. The eighth matter to be considered is the trade waste registration application of Pinnacle, Demolition, and Environmental Services Corp. Again, Melissa Eichen will be the attorney who will present the matter to the Commission.
The Commission should deny the registration application filed by Pinnacle, Demolition, and Environmental Services Corp. because the applicant lacks good character, honesty, and integrity based on the following independently sufficient reasons. The applicant has failed to pay taxes, fines, penalties, and fees related to its business owed to the New York City Environmental Control Board, the Internal Revenue Service, and the State of California. And the applicant knowingly failed to provide information and documentation required by the Commission.
I concur with the staff's recommendation. Is there a motion from the commissioners to also adopt that recommendation? And the second?
Second.
How do the other members vote? Let the record reflect that the vote is unanimous and that I concur. The ninth matter for consideration is the trade waste registration application of the company Mike Masonry Corp. The attorney who will present this matter is Executive Agency Counsel Jonathan Jacobs.
Good morning. The Commission should deny the registration application filed by Mike Masonry Corp. Because the applicant lacks good character, honesty, and integrity based upon the following independently sufficient reasons. First, the applicant violated the rules of the Business Integrity Commission, which bear a direct relationship to the fitness of the applicant to conduct a trade waste business. Second, the applicant has failed to pay fines to the Business Integrity Commission that are directly related to the applicant's business and for which liability has been admitted by the applicant. Third, the applicant failed to pay taxes and other government obligations for which judgments have been entered. And fourth, the applicant knowingly failed to provide information and documentation as required by the Commission.
I concur with the staff's recommendation. Is there a motion from the commissioners to adopt that recommendation? And a second?
Second.
And how do the other members vote?
Okay.
The vote, again, is unanimous, and I concur with that. And the 10th and final matter for consideration is the trade waste registration renewal application for the company Blue Water International, Inc. The attorney who will present this matter to the Commission is Director of Hearings, Amy Bedford. Ms. Bedford.
Good morning. The Commission should deny the trade waste broker registration renewal application of Blue Water International, Inc. for the following independently sufficient reason that demonstrates that the applicant lacks honesty, integrity, and good character. The principal of the applicant has been indicted and convicted of several counts relating to enterprise corruption, and the principal, Craig Shapiro, was sentenced to 10 months in jail, 75 hours of community service, and $100,000 restitution. Thank you.
Thank you. I concur with the staff's recommendation. Is there a motion from the commissioners to adopt that recommendation?
So
And second? And the other members, how do they vote? Again, I see that it's unanimous for the purposes of the record, and I concur with that recommendation. So that concludes the matters before the Commission today. I'd like to thank the big staff, attorneys, and investigators for the work that they've done. I'd like to thank the Commission members for their participation today, especially coming out in this weather. I'm expecting that we will try to reschedule the next Commission meeting for June. We will send you emails and come up with a date that works for everyone, probably more towards the first half of June than the latter half of June. So again, I thank you all for your participation. Thank you. This concludes the record. And just so you know, as soon as we do